This is Lisa from Mobile Tech Review, and this is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6. Yes, sixth generation of the folding phone that does this, the compact one, as opposed to the book-style folding phone we already reviewed, which is the Z Fold 6. So this is not going to be a long video. Not because there aren't changes that are worth talking about. There actually are here. Probably there's more changes with this than there are with the Fold 6, but because you know the story about this phone in general. We're just going to talk about what is new, different, and better. And we are going to do that right now. So we have the straight sides here, but that's not exactly new. While it was new for the Z Fold 6, the Z Flip 5 had fairly straight sides. The corners here are a little less rounded, but the more noticeable design change here is the frosted or matte glass that you get. And the sides are matte as well. The Armor Aluminum, which is supposed to be 10% more scratch resistant on this versus the Flip 5. So it's a nice look. Matte glass is trendy, but it's also easier to hold on to for those who use this without a case. And a bad thing that's new is the price increase. Both the Flip and the Fold went up $100, right? Folding phones are supposed to get cheaper the more mature they are and longer on the market. Well, clearly inflation has something to say about that, so that didn't happen. In the United States, for pre-order people, there's great trade-in deals. No doubt carriers will keep some of that alive even after the pre-order stage, but outside the United States, I know you don't get good pre-order deals. So, but at $10.99 starting price, compared to other flagshipy phones, it's actually still not that expensive, and it's not as, my eyes are bleeding, expensive as a Fold, right? Another improvement is the fact that we have a vapor chamber. Okay, this is a geeky thing for those of you who are not geeky people, but what is that? That cools the CPU. The Achilles heel of the Flip series, because it is so compact, right, is that it got hot and it throttled. It's not like it was going to burn you or something. It wasn't a danger or anything like that. It still gets hot when it charges, by the way, but other than that. But the fact that it throttled meant the performance wasn't as good as, say, a standard S24 or S24 Plus. This is having a screen size about more like an S24 Plus. So welcome improvement, and in fact, benchmarking and playing games and stuff, yes, it is better. Also, battery life, I won't say that was an Achilles heel for previous Flip generations, at least not the most recent previous ones, but it was never great. Now we're up to 4,000 milliamp battery and also a more efficient processor. So battery life is good now. It's not like you would look at your S24 and say it did so much better than this phone. Really, it's on par now. So important, right? Yeah, quality of life thing for sure. Wireless and wire charging standards is still the same. 25 watt for pseudo-fast wired charging, 15 watt Qi wireless charging. There's also reverse wireless charging on board as well. And coupling with that new CPU that's more efficient, like I said, we have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy, which means 100 megahertz overclock versus the standard of that CPU. So you got the latest and greatest, fastest CPU, and in fact, performance really is good enough to last you for years. And since you're going to get like 5 years of software updates or more from Samsung, it's good to know that the CPU probably will be keeping up. Lastly, for the big improvements is the main camera. And this was a real hurt. I tried using the Z Flip 5 as my main phone, and that main camera really hurt. 12 megapixel watercolory looking pictures, not great. Finally, we have a 50 megapixel main camera on this, which is the same one you'll see on the Z Fold 6 and on the S24. So there it is. It's on parity. So it's a good camera. Is it the most magical image processing software I've ever seen? Sorry, Samsung, but Apple and Google with their Pixel computational photography are still a notch above, certainly for that part of it, having a little Lightroom Guru built into your phone. And obviously the S24 Ultra with its fanciest hardware is going to do the best, but they're much better pictures, really. In good lighting, in low lighting, clarity, pleasing tones, everything that you would want. It's no longer lame. And of course you can do the flex mode thing if you want and use it when it's halfway propped open for more stability, or hold it like a camcorder when you're doing videos. Those features are there too, along with new AI software features. That's all the buzz for this year, but I haven't found any of them that super compelling, but yeah. The wide angle is still a 12 megapixel. It's competent. It's okay. It's not so much worse than some of its competition. And there is still no telephoto lens. There's simply not room in a design for a small flippy phone like this. I do miss the telephoto. I'm a telephoto person. What can I tell you? Digital zoom quality, however, has improved thanks to the higher resolution sensor. So I can zoom in about 3x. It is digital zoom, but it still looks very serviceable and not horrible by any means. But for those of you who are looking for space zoom and those crazy things an Ultra does, obviously this is not the phone for you, not even the Z Fold 6. It is now IP48 rated. The 4 is for dust resistance, peace of mind there. You know, dust gets into the hinges, you hear grindy things, yada yada. It's Gorilla Glass Victus on the back is the same second generation ultra thin glass. So it's been pretty reliable. I mean, it's a folding phone. Something might happen. Like I said with the Z Fold 6, if you're really worried, insurance from Samsung is like $12 or $13 a month, and they'll send you a replacement if you crack the screen. So for those of you who are truly worried about that and think you might break it versus a defect, that's where paying for that kind of thing is worthwhile. A warranty should cover it if it's defective. But anyway, the flips have been pretty stable and solid and reliable when it comes to their screens not breaking. Sometimes the screen protector needs to be replaced, and that's about it, largely. I can't guarantee you if you get one that it won't break, though, because this is still folding glass, which just bends my brain. Something that didn't change is there's still no Samsung DeX support for the Flip. You get it on the Fold and, well, the Galaxy S series of phones, but you don't get that here. So if you are a DeX lover, not the phone for you. So in terms of competition in the United States, boy, there's not much, right? There's the 2024 edition of the Moto Razr Plus, which will be coming out a couple of days from now. We don't have one in-house today. I was really impressed with the 2023 edition. It too has a 50 megapixel main camera, but based on last year and Moto's in general history with phones, but it was pretty poor image processing. So photography is important too. Probably that's going to be a hurt on the Razr. However, the Razr does have a no-notch front outer display, which is nice. It depends on your opinion. I don't think it's the most important thing. Moto lets the picture of your front screen go right around the camera holes and all that sort of thing. But one thing that is nice is Moto still lets you run the full Android experience on the front cover screen if you want, whereas Samsung is still going with widgets. Obviously, there's software and stuff, third-party stuff that you can use to tinker with what you see on the front screen of the Z Flip if you are bothered by that. But the last thing with the Razr is it's going to be running on a Snapdragon 8S processor, which is actually a slower processor, so it's going to be noticeably less fast than the Z Flip. So maybe Samsung is winning out this year. And I'm pretty happy to say that the improvements here are the things I really wanted to see on the phone, other than, well, the $100 price increase. I'm Lisa from Mobile Tech Review. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more cool tech videos, and thumbs up if you like this vid.